up guys, Ben here, welcome back to another video on my channel, FilmFanatic. So recently I was lucky enough to be invited to the screening of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. So this is the exclusive screening at Cineworld in Edinburgh. It was streamed on the Sky Star Wars channel, it was streamed on Facebook as well. There was places, it was in Manchester, Southampton, London was the main one that had the cast and the crew and the director and all that there. We went the Edinburgh one and we got to see it 48 hours before everyone else. So I managed to record some of the experience, not a lot of it, but this is what I got. Just out of seeing Rogue One. It's pretty incredible. You can't really see. It was pretty incredible. It was an incredible experience. We seen it in the IMAX, which made it even more amazing.
I'll just pretend it's like one of those interviews where you have the giant poster behind you.
Right? Cover your face. No, Rogue One was really, really incredible. It was a brilliant experience to see it like before everyone else, because the hype was so much bigger. We went, everyone started applauding at the end. It was really, really cool. We were live streamed. I don't know if you guys watched it, maybe on Facebook. We were live streamed. We were in the Edinburgh ones, obviously.
No, Ben dabbed at one point, but the guy covered him up with his head.
They projected the live stream onto our screen so we could see what everyone else is seeing, and you just see me and you in the corner. And just as I dabbed, the guy moved, just so it covered me. I was so angry. But no, Rogue One was amazing. Hopefully we get in the review out very, very soon, or as soon as I can anyway. Thank you to Ewan for inviting me along. Really, really appreciate it. Hopefully we can do more before everyone else screenings, exclusive screenings. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. If you want to check out Ewan, where are you? I can't do this. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Fantastic YouTuber. Be sure to hit subscribe while you're over there.
Fantastic YouTubers and where to find them.
And if you guys like this kind of video and you want to see me go into more screenings, be sure to hit the like button down below. I really do appreciate it. Leave in the comments, have you seen Rogue One? Where are you at? Maybe the special screening we were at. If you were, let us know in the comments. And be sure to subscribe. I'll see you later, guys. Badoosh. So on to the film itself. And before I get into it, spoiler alert. This is a spoiler video. I will be talking about the plot. I will be talking about everything. So for those who haven't seen it, here is your spoiler warning. So Rogue One, A Star Wars Story follows Jyn. Jyn is the daughter of one of the Death Star engineers. She was actually the daughter of the person who put the fault in the Death Star that when you shoot it, it blows up. So with that information, she teams up with the rebels to steal the plans for the Death Star. We'll start off with Jyn, Felicity Jones. She was a really, really good casting for this. She was kind of funny when needed to be. She's obviously a very talented actress, but also she kicked some ass in this film. Don't get me wrong, there wasn't a lot of fighting for her character, but when she did, she was pretty cool. Speaking of badass fighting characters in this movie, Donnie Yen's character, Shiru, I want to say, I'm not great at pronouncing, I do apologise. He was arguably the most badass character in the whole film. Donnie Yen played a blind man, the man who protected the crystals that power the lightsabers. But since the ancient city of the crystals was destroyed, he kind of just lurks about this town and he runs into Jyn. Jyn runs into Shiru and eventually he comes on in the journey. And we realise that he not only is blind and looks helpless, he's also so cool. There's a really good scene just after you're introduced to him when he kind of comes on and he helps Jyn fight some of the stormtroopers. And he takes out like 8 or 9 of these guys with just a stick. It's so awesome. I also have to say that Alan Tudyk was amazing as K2. Alan Tudyk, if you guys don't know, is a very talented actor. He likes to do a lot of motion capture, so a lot of what Andy Serkis does for things like Gollum and Caesar and Planet of the Apes. He did Sonny in I Am Legend, and now K2 in this. He was really good. He was almost the comic relief character. Now originally when I seen the robot, I thought he was going to be like another almost C-3PO character, kind of like annoying sidekick robot. No, K2 was actually really cool. He brought a little bit of comic relief, which was much needed in the film, I would say, but he also was quite cool in the fighting bits as well. Because the first time we introduced to K2, when Jyn's running at him, he grabs her by the throat and slams her to the ground. I was also very impressed with Diego Luna, who played Cassian. He was kind of Jyn's, don't want to say sidekick, Jyn was almost his sidekick, but he was one of the kind of best rebels who almost led the fight with Jyn to get these plans. And he was really, really cool. When I seen the Q&A beforehand at the exclusive screening, we got a Q&A with the cast. He didn't really look like he fit into a Star Wars film. He looked almost, he fit into, I want to say like a rom-com film, but no, he was awesome in this movie. I have to give props to Gareth Edwards, actually, the director. Gareth Edwards did it in his own style. He didn't try to copy George Lucas's Star Wars, and so it's pretty much just the exact same kind of Star Wars movie, but a different storyline. He did it in his own fashion, so this could be arguably a standalone Star Wars movie. Obviously, because it's a prequel, it kind of does that in his own right, but because it's a totally different directing style altogether, it feels like a standalone Star Wars movie. Which is perfect for a prequel, because since it sets up the rest of Star Wars, they're all their own thing, and this can be its own separate entity. And that works really well. So props to Gareth Edwards for sticking to your guns and going with your own style. I just realised my lens was a little dirty. When I went to think of the actual film, it was very enjoyable. It was really edge of your seat. There wasn't a lot of scenes where they were boring scenes. A lot of them were really good. There was little nuances to the previous Star Wars. There was, you see just a tracking shot of C-3PO and R2-D2 kind of standing in the hangar. You see a shot of that. You see the two guys in the bar that said to Luke that we don't like you. You see those two in the town, which is quite cool. I thought it was a little nuance that maybe not a lot of people noticed. So if you're going to go see it, look out for that, because it's actually very cool. And of course, right at the end, after they get the Death Star plans, they hand them to a woman in a white dress that everyone knows, turned round, and it's Princess Leia. Which is really, really cool to end on, because then we literally see how Star Wars begins. We see how we can then go from that to what we see in Star Wars. So that was a really, really cool ending, especially having Princess Leia there. So it wasn't just a case of, this is their own movie, this is how it happened, you don't need to know the rest. It actually showed them giving the plans to Leia. It was brilliant. Action scenes were awesome. There's a really, really awesome scene where Darth Vader... Okay, so it was at this moment that I actually got distracted and forgot to talk about one of the most badass parts in the whole film. We'd seen Darth Vader beforehand in the film, we'd seen him kind of orchestrating what was happening with the Death Star, and then he comes in and he kicks some serious rebel ass. He rocks in there with his lightsaber and takes out so many people desperate to get this plan back. And honestly, it's one of the best bits in the whole film. So part of the fight was that they had to take down the shield that was surrounding the planet so they could then transmit the plans from the planet to their base so they could have the Death Star plans. And so while Jyn is on the planet, desperately trying to get these plans out and transmit them, all the ships are flying around the Earth trying to take down the planet, trying to take down the shield that surrounds it. It's a very exciting moment because in order for them to stream the plans, they need to take down that, but in order for them to do that, they need to do this. It was really, really cool because you're on the edge of your seat going, I wonder if they'll actually happen. Now, of course, we already know that it does happen, hence the start of Star Wars, but they did a really good job of making you kind of forget Star Wars and focus on this movie. So you weren't sitting thinking, oh, I know how this movie ends. You were actually there saying, man, I wonder what's going to happen. And like I've been saying to people in college and in work or whoever's asked me, I've said that it's not the ending that I was looking forward to in Rogue One, it was the journey to the ending, because we know what the ending is. We know they get the plans, but it was the journey up to that, obviously, which is the big pull for this movie. We see how they did it, and they did that very well to make you forget what the ending was going to be and focus on just the journey, which I thought was key to make Rogue One a success. If they'd focused so hard on hammering home that ending and hammering on setting up Star Wars, I don't think it would have worked. Because they focused so much on the story of Jyn, they gave her so much backstory, which I loved. She wasn't just a throwaway character. I loved that. They set her up really well so that when you got to the end of the movie and she dies, you really felt for her. She wasn't just a throwaway character. She really helped the fight of the rebels in the Star Wars that we now know to help defeat the Death Star. So she was obviously a key component in this. And now she's a big factor in the Star Wars universe. So yeah, as you picked up there, at the end of the movie, of course, everybody dies. So I was joking with you and as we left the cinema saying that, oh, everyone dies, but literally everyone dies. I mean, we're kind of thinking they couldn't have spared anybody. Nobody could have survived. But that was the point. Everyone had to die. Otherwise you'd be watching Star Wars thinking, well, why weren't they in it? If Jyn had survived, why wasn't she still part of the rebellion when we seen it in Star Wars? She had to die in order to set up the Star Wars. It's the same with everyone else, because once they get the plans, the Death Star destroys the planet, and it had to happen. All the rebels that were there, all the characters we knew and we loved from that one movie had to die. Otherwise we'd be questioning why their characters weren't in the other Star Wars. In terms of what would I give the film out of 10, I'm going to go for an 8. I really, really enjoyed the film. Obviously it wasn't the perfect movie. There was a little things I would fix. I wasn't 100% sure in some of the character development. I feel it could have been a little bit more made of the Forrest Whitaker's character. A few characters I felt were kind of shoved in there just for comic relief. So And it's not a perfect movie, and very few movies are, but I'm going to give it an 8 because it was enjoyable, it was exciting, it lived up to the hype that it got, and hopefully the other standalone Star Wars movies to come, like the Han Solo one, and maybe the Lando one that Christopher Glover's in, will be just as good. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the review, go ahead and hit like button down below, really does help my channel out. Have you seen Rogue One, A Star Wars Story? Were you at the exclusive screenings maybe, or were you at the midnight release? Let me know what you thought of it, and if you were there, in the comment section down below. A big thank you to Ewan or Dark Raijin once again for inviting me along. You can click the link in the description, that will take you over to his channel, Dark Raijin. He does a lot of really funny sketches. If you want to see more of that, go ahead and hit subscribe while you're over there. He is a really good YouTuber. If you want to see more of the latest movie reviews, go ahead and hit subscribe on this channel so you never miss out. See you later, guys. Take care. Bad douche. I don't know why I do that ending.